News OK's Press Row with the Oklahoman's Barry Tramel and Jenni Carlson is powered by Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'.
I'm Barry Tramel, and I'm picking Green Bay.
I am picking the Steelers. From the Opopco Studios in Oklahoma City, you're watching the Press Row. I'm Jenni Carlson. Press Row is sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts. Barry, a great Super Bowl matchup. Historic teams, historic fan bases, great matchup. You've got Green Bay. I've got Pittsburgh. Why do you like the Packers?
I like the Packers for a lot of reasons. One, I think they are an unknown great team. They're 10-6, under the radar because of that. But the truth of the matter is this is a team that's much better than its record. Lost twice in overtime, lost twice when quarterback Aaron Rodgers was injured, lost two other close games. The Packers have not trailed by more than 7 points all season. This is a team incapable of being blown out. They're in every game. I think they'll be in the game Sunday. I like the matchup of Aaron Rodgers against the Steelers secondary. Pittsburgh is a very, very good defense, excellent defense. That front seven's big time. Steelers are a little light at corner, and here's what Aaron Rodgers can do. He can throw the slant better than anybody's ever thrown it in the NFL, and he's got an army of wide receivers. I think the Pack gets it done.
I think this is setting up to be a fantastic game. I'm going with the Steelers because of that defense and because of postseason experience and success in the postseason. Obviously, the Packers have been fantastic this postseason. I mean, that blowout victory in Atlanta to me really set a tone. If you didn't think that this Packer team was for real, that game to me was all the validation you needed. But I think the Steelers, these guys have been to this point. They've won the Super Bowl with many of these same guys that are on this team. I think that's going to be big. I think that sort of recognition of what this stage is like, what the scene is like, how to best prepare yourself, I think that gives them a slight edge. And Barry, as we're talking about these things, it strikes me that we're talking about slight edges, a team that hasn't trailed by more than 7. Can this game possibly be as close to the hype of a great game as it seems like it's setting up to be?
Well, I think it can because, like I said, I don't think we get too often two great teams matched up. When I talk about great teams, I'm not talking about great traditions. I'm talking about the year of our Lord 2010. Both of these teams were excellent teams. No upstarts, no Arizona Cardinals, no Seattle Seahawks, no the St. Louis Rams of 01 when they pulled the big upset. I think what we've got here is two really, really good teams, and I think it's going to be hard for either one of them to spurge away from the other. I think the Packers will stay with the Steelers. I think the Steelers will stay with the Packers. I love Aaron Rodgers. I think he's the best quarterback in the NFL, but Big Ben Roethlisberger is a winner. He's a guy that's won on the big stage, got a phenomenal playoff record. He's not going to melt under the pressure of Jerry World. So I think both teams will be in it to the end. I think it's a great game. I just think, it might come even down to a field goal, and the Packers have the better kicking game with Mason Crosby. I think it's going to be the Packers in a classic.
See, you've got me even more worried now. We're talking about how great this game is going to be, and so rarely does a Super Bowl live up to the hype. I mean, there have been those, Adam Vinatieri games when he's kicked a game-winning field goal, as time expired, things like that. It does happen, but so often we think, okay, this game's going to be fantastic, it's going to be great. And that's probably every year because when teams get to this point, you just expect them to have a great performance, but then you get in the game and somebody, makes a little run and all of a sudden it's a 2 or 3 touchdown game. I don't think that's going to happen this time. But boy, with all this talk and all this hype about how great this game is going to be, I hope it lives up to somewhere close. It maybe doesn't even have to get quite to the hype, Barry, but if it at least aspires to get there, maybe we'll have a great game on Sunday. Hey, stay with the best coverage team anywhere. NewsOK.com and every day in the Oklahoman.